Stunning statement on pyramids from Elon Musk. Today we are talking about Elon and his opinion on aliens and pyramids. It's daunting to think about, so today we're going to analyze this opinion of Elon. He is often asked about the possibilities of expanding human civilization, and whether he answers these questions, great controversy arises. I said there must be a lot of extraterrestrial life somewhere in the world, or there must be some kind of gateway that these civilizations never passed through. Now, there are some very exciting statements and stories about Elon Musk's aliens and who built the pyramids. Theories and speculations that there is actual extraterrestrial life somewhere in our universe or on the moon. Speculation about surface landing is the most popular theory. Some believe that there is something intriguing about Egypt's most famous landmark. In July 2020, Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, made headlines as he appeared to give weight to the theory that extraterrestrial life was involved in the construction of the Great Pyramids of Egypt. Rice Field. Shortly after midnight on July 31st, he tweeted, "Aliens built the pyramids, ob." The tweet received over 500,000 likes and over 84,000 retweets. This prompted Egypt's Minister for International Affairs, Rania Al-Mashat, to personally invite Musk to Egypt to examine the evidence for extraterrestrial interference. In her quoted tweet, she responded, "I follow your work with a lot of admiration. I invite you and SpaceX to explore the writings about how the pyramids were built and also check out the tombs of the pyramid builders, Mr. Musk. We are waiting for you." Alma tagged Musk in a tweet and included a rocket emoji for safety. This stance on extraterrestrials and the pyramid surprised many of Musk's supporters. Claim. Musk famously said, "If we talk about the Fermi paradox, universe is almost 14 billion years old. Why aren't the aliens everywhere? And this is one of the most perplexing questions because, you could basically bicycle to Alpha Centauri in a few 100,000 years. In 100 million years, even at a very slow speed, you could completely blanket the galaxy, so why not?" SpaceX and Elon Musk are becoming synonymous with modern space exploration. Most of the time we hear about space achievements, it's related to Elon Musk. He is the most active person in the field, overseeing and funding space exploration through SpaceX and grasping the key details of building an autonomous colony on Mars. Musk is a strong proponent of space research and exploration, so many people appreciate his opinions and positions on all things interstellar. So Musk suggests that aliens actually built the pyramids, and if so, there's evidence to support that theory. It might be fun to imagine a little green man and a UFO building Egypt's most famous landmark, but let's see. There's little to no evidence that such an extravagant explanation was behind their construction. Egyptian archaeologist Zahi Hawass responded to Musk's tweet about the construction of the pyramids by aliens, writing a short in Arabic, and releasing a video revealing that the assumption that aliens built the pyramids was a complete hallucination. Hawass, one of his archaeologists known for discovering the tombs of the pyramid builders, said that the finds from the tombs and the inscriptions on the pyramids themselves could explain who these pyramid builders were, how they lived, and how they lived. He is considered quite an expert, as he has unraveled the mystery of how he lived. I worked. In 1990, Egyptian archaeologists discovered the tombs of these pyramid builders nearby. The project was initially given only 13 months to excavate the pyramids, but those 13 months turned into decades of excavation and archaeological work, with over 65 tombs and over 900 individual tombs to date. A grave was discovered. The remains of these individuals, along with the objects and objects removed from their graves, have provided much insight into the lives of these workers until recently. It has long been speculated that slaves were brought in to build the pyramids first commissioned by King Khufu, second pharaoh of the 4th dynasty. The Greek historian Herodotus estimated the total number of slaves to be about 100,000, but Khufu did not have a large number of slaves at his disposal, and even if he did have one, he could not have 100,000 people working in one pyramid at a time. It therefore only captures the size of the slave population. Herodotus is greatly overestimated, not to mention that Egyptian archaeologists have found a lot of evidence pointing to large indentured laborers rather than wholly composed of slave labor. No. Archaeologists estimate that these contract workers were about 5,000 men and women brought in to build the pyramids of Giza. In addition to 5,000 full-time workers, there is an additional workforce of approximately 16 to 20,000 contract workers who are called upon as needed. This means that the total number of people who worked at the pyramids averaged 20 to 25,000 over the 20 years before their tombs were discovered. Historians suggest that workers must have lived and settled nearby. When they finally found the tomb, they were able to piece together information about the lifestyle and working hours of these people. They were divided into two groups, and took turns every 4 hours. These ships typically contained about 2,000 workers. They were then divided into small groups of about 1,000 workers to work on the left or right side of the pyramid. Graffiti found on the third pyramid of Giza suggests that one of the groups called himself a friend of Minkal, and another group called themselves the Minker Drunks. These groups were then divided into smaller groups of about 20 workers and project leaders, each with specific tasks. Dividing the workforce into smaller and larger cohorts made the difficult task of building the pyramid manageable and feasible. In addition to information about the construction of the pyramids, archaeologists were also able to infer that these workers were often between the ages of 30 and 35. Also, the children's toys were found suggesting that they must have settled in village camps with their spouses and families. As further evidence that the pyramid builders actually came from examining the buried remains, most of the bodies showed a strain in the lower back, suggestive of repeated heavy lifting. It's a big indicator, given the weight of the materials used in the construction of the pyramids. It makes sense for an employee representative to indicate where these repeated handlings of the materials came from. Shortly after his initial tweet, Musk said that the Egyptian archaeologists had discovered a pyramid builder and added a link to the BBC article detailing the grave evidence in the comments. He said this BBC article provides a reasonable summary of how it was done, was convinced that it was left behind. It suggests that there is nothing otherworldly about her building. It seems we have to be complacent for now to look for evidence of extraterrestrial life. Nonetheless, there are still many questions about alien pyramids and space in general, and as space exploration continues to grow, it's increasingly likely that we'll see the beginnings of those answers somewhere in our lives. Seems to be on the rise, and perhaps human intelligence and innovation will prove superior to these challenges. Finally, if you like this video, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. I greatly support your channel.